this thing adjusted right here, put that right there. Audio sounding good. I hope you can see what I've got right here. You guys see that? This is little blossoms of black locust. Delicious, so good. I've talked about this one before, and I mentioned that it is out and blooming right now. Here's some of the flowers right here. And I just want more people to know about it because this is an absolutely incredible wild food. And yeah, people should know about this tree, really. It's in the legume family, and wow, the blossoms smell amazing. Like, I wish you could all smell right now what I'm smelling with these blossoms here in black locust. Smelling and eating. So, what I'm doing is I'm processing them because the stems are potentially like mildly toxic. You know, nothing crazy, probably not more toxic than something like alcohol per se, but, and they also wouldn't be very good for eating. So I'm just taking the stems right here, doing that, taking them all off, just like that, super easy. TomTom's asking what tree and why should I smell it? Why am I eating it? The tree is called black locust. The scientific name is Robinia pseudoacacia and has edible blossoms, edible, delicious blossoms. I'll tell you about the flavor in just a second. But yeah, I've gathered a bunch of them. See all that right there? And I'm now processing them. So that just involves taking the flowers off the stem, just like that. Super easy. Chasing Moon Moss says that they love black locust flowers. Yes, they are really incredible. And yeah, you better believe that while I am processing these right here, that I'm going to be nibbling on some from time to time. Hello everyone. Ryan's asking if honey locust is just as edible. Oh, I should have looked this up before. Oh, someone's mowing the lawn. Can you guys still hear me? I'm gonna have to move this inside. Let me know if the lawn is too loud, or if the lawnmower is too loud for you guys, and then I'll move inside. But I don't know if honey locust blossoms are eaten in the same way. Is that, yeah, you can still hear me, or yeah, the lawnmower is too loud? Which one? Barely hear the lawnmower. Sweet. Let me know if it gets too loud, and then I'll move locations. Great. Glad to hear that. Oh, David says that the lawnmower is too loud. I think he's just going through some loud stuff right now, so hopefully it'll quiet down in a second and it'll get to other parts of the lawn. Eva asks, are there medicinal benefits as well? I would say kind of, in the sense that, you know, let your food be your medicine, let your medicine be your food. That's how I think of a lot of these wild foods. I'm trying to think of any legumes that are like actually, you know, used in a different way like that. But yeah, I'd say they're healthy for you. I'll say they're amazing. I'll say that they make you feel great eating them, 100%. So yeah, I'll wait for the lawnmower to be a little bit more quiet, and then I'll show you guys, because you just got to hear. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna take the mic and I'm gonna put it in the bowl for a second so that you guys can hear just the cool, crisp sound of the flowers popping off of the stem. Alrighty, I got some of these. Taking the mic, here we go. Let's try this out. I'm gonna put the mic right down here in the bowl. Tell me if you guys can hear this sound. It's so good. Hear that pop, pop? Oh, wrong one. Did it backwards, I always do that. Here we go, here's the pop. I love that sound. Pop. Pop. Heck yeah, you guys can hear it. That's awesome. would you consider going into a field and picking, quote, wild carrots foraging? Yeah, of course. I don't see why that would not be considered foraging. Although, you know, you should be aware that wild carrot does have a deadly poisonous lookalike called poison hemlock, so make sure that you're very familiar with the carrot family before you start to get more into carrot foraging. Chrissy says that they would like to see the tree. Well, I don't think I can pull up a picture on live in front of me, but I'll probably do a short form video about that in a little bit, this week or next week. But I'll show you what I can show you. So let's talk about identifying it really quick. Let's see. Got some of these leaves here. These leaves we don't want to be eating. Again, the leaves and other parts of the tree are mildly, moderately toxic, so we don't want to eat those. We're just eating the blossoms. But you can see here, so that right there, what I'm holding, that is one single leaf. We call that a compound leaf. Specifically, this is a pinnately compound leaf, or a feather compound leaf. So you can imagine kind of like a feather with the central point, and it's feathering off all the way up. On top of that, if we look more at the leaves right there, the leaflets, each of these is an individual leaflet, part of the whole leaf, we can see that they have a smooth edge, or smooth margin, and there are, 9 to 11 leaflets per leaf. So those are a couple identification characteristics for black locust if you're looking for it. These flowers are a little bit desiccated right there, so I'll leave those behind. But yeah, if you're driving down like roadsides and places like that this time of the year, or where it's blooming, it's all over the place. It's a pioneer species, so it really loves to be in those areas. It's often called invasive. It's not invasive, in the sense that I usually use the term invasive to mean a non-native, aggressive growing plant that displaces native plants. Black locust is not invasive. Aggressive grower, but a native plant. Native pollinators will love it, and you know what? I love it too. David asks, how do you eat the flowers? I'll show you. I'm gonna do this. Just like that right there, see them? Pop them in your mouth. That's simple. Man, the flavor is so good. It's so good. Another fun way to eat them. Let me get a nice big one like that. Take them like this. Ready? Just like that. Incredible. Let's talk about the flavor. Let's talk about the flavor of these. I want you to imagine just like a really beautiful floral aroma. Really sweet, really incredible. And then I want you to imagine like just a light little flavor of green bean. Now put those two together. You might think like, I don't know, that doesn't sound like it'd be that good, but it is good. Trust me, it's very, very good. Let's see. Steph is asking if you can make tea with it. You can, yeah. I've tried to like dry the flowers before and make tea, and it was okay. It had a kind of weird aftertaste that I didn't really love. But what you can do is you can make like a floral syrup with it. And I think that that's a really good thing. So that's where you're gonna make your simple syrup or floral infusion and get your blossoms, pour it over the blossoms, close the jar up, put it in the fridge, leave it overnight or for 2 days or so. Take it out, strain it, and you have a black locust syrup. And for whatever you want to use it for, that stuff is amazing. If you want to put it on pancakes, if you want to use it for a cocktail, incredible. Really, really incredible. Choop. I could just do this forever. Like, it's so peaceful, other than the lawnmower, but it's so peaceful. So just take all those stems off. Let me show you guys what I have so far. You see all that? Look at that. Look at that right there. Super cool. Dynanaut is asking, are you going to see me on Saturday for Earth Day? Do I have a video posted? I might have, no, I probably won't have a video on Saturday. But I will be at an event in the North Alabama area for Earth Day. So if you're on my newsletter, I sent out a notification about that. If you didn't get that, then you can join my newsletter and then you'll receive the notification about it as well. But yes, I will be doing an Earth Day event. And I've got a wild food talk later on this week as well that I'm excited about. Yeah, people are asking where these grow. So if you look them up on iNaturalist, you'll see that it's basically all of Central and Eastern North America these trees grow. But for those of you who aren't in that part of the world, if you're in Western North America, there's another tree, dang it, the stupid thing. There's another tree called rose locust. This is Robinia pseudoacacia. Rose locust is Robinia neomexicana. And that one is edible as well. I'm trying to get this in a way where it's gonna not kind of fold on itself. Yeah, they do have spikes. Becca asked, how do we sign up for the newsletter? So if you go to my channel bio, there'll be a mobile link section, and it's got all the stuff that you can sign up of mine. And should say like the Forager's Digest, that's my newsletter. That's how you can sign up for it. This one's got some old ones on there, so I'm just gonna take the nice ones and take them off. Correct. Bubble says, do not eat the leaves. Yes, you don't want to eat the leaves. And to some people that might be kind of it might seem like a strange concept, like, well, you know, why can't we eat the whole plant? Like, why is one part edible and another part isn't? But that's just how things go in the plant kingdom. And there are many common examples of that, you know, all throughout things that you get at the grocery store. The one that I always talk about that comes to mind first would be like potatoes. The tuber potato is edible, but the greens and I believe even the berries are not. So it's a common thing. It's part of foraging. It's part of food, I would say, not just part of foraging, but it seems like it's only part of foraging because, you know, you're not dealing with a completely buttoned up food that you're getting directly from the grocery store. And yeah, for those of you who are interested in foraging for black locust, being able to time it properly, because it's got not a super short season, but a relatively short season. I'd say like a nice 2-week peak window, something like that. And you want to know when they're coming up. So, on my Forager's calendar, I've just added black locust on there so that you can see them and you'll know exactly when they're going to be coming up. Not a calendar like that you buy to put up on the wall, but an interactive application where it's showing you kind of like a window of time of when different wild foods are popping up. I use that all the time. It's really great. Can you use the blooms from a catalpa tree? I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know off the top of my head. Do they also have yellow blossoms? That's a question from the Paper Lion. I've never seen them with straight up yellow before. I mean, like, they're kind of like cream-ish, but not yellow. But rose locust, which is out in Western North America, has pink blossoms. So that's the other kind of color that you'll see on this group of trees, the Robinias. And yeah, while I'm doing this, if you guys have any other foraging questions, then please feel free to let me know about those. One thing that I want to talk about, I have a video coming out about Nashville breadroot tomorrow that I'm really excited about. I got to go out there with Kyle from Native Habitat Project, and I've just been thinking about this topic recently, and I just saw a video which all of you should watch, from Sam Thayer. He just launched his YouTube channel, and it's about the sustainable harvest of ramps, which is a, you know, somewhat controversial topic, unfortunately. And he does a really great breakdown of it. But at the beginning, there's a line by him that just struck me so strongly. And he said, these are his words, I believe that you can have nature and eat it too. But I don't think that you can have nature if you don't eat it. And I just thought that that was the most perfect succinct way to sum up the impact and the importance of wild food foraging. And a big thing that I've kind of seen growing is that people are talking about like, oh, it's okay to forage for invasive things because, you know, we want to get rid of those. So it's okay to forage for invasive things, but, you know, I don't know if we should be foraging for native plants. And I couldn't disagree more. There's a different energy to it, of course. There's a different energy between foraging for invasive plants compared to foraging for native plants. But foraging for both of them is important for different reasons. I'll be doing a video about wood nettle coming up soon, and one of the things that I want you all to know about with wood nettle, so wood nettle, Laportia canadensis, is native, and stinging nettle, a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, is non-native from Europe, Urtica dioica, at least to North America. And so you can like basically take as much Urtica dioica, the European species of stinging nettle, in North America as you want, right? And you're not impacting native ecology. But you want to put some care into when you're harvesting for wood nettle. But I still think that people should know about wood nettle because not a lot of people know about it, not a lot of people care about it. People need to know about these things so that they value them, so that they care about them, so they protect them, so they try to propagate them. And that's one thing that I'll be doing at some of my spots this year. I had some transplanting success with them, but then we just had a crazy cold winter last winter that knocked them back. So I want to go and get more seeds so I can get more wood nettle in my yard. I have sting nettle, but I want wood nettle. I want the native species in my yard. And honestly, between you and me, I think that wood nettle tastes better. I think that wood nettle is a far better eating experience than sting nettle is. So that's just me. Ryan Hannah asks, ever tried mockberry? Can you give me another name for mockberry? I don't know of that common name for that fruit. Let's see. Speaking of berries, though, some berries that are coming up, or not coming up right now, but they're flowering. Dewberry is flowering, which is in the rubus genus. That's our brambleberries like raspberry, blackberry, and blackberries are flowering as well. I haven't seen black raspberry quite yet. They should be along the way. A.K. Ashi asks, what's your favorite mushroom? It's a toss-up between morel and chanterelle. I love them both. I want to love morels more, but I don't find them as much as I'd like to. But I find a lot of chanterelles, and I really, really love those. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Potentilla indica, yeah, which is mock strawberry. Yes, I've eaten it. It's pretty much like eating nothing. Pretty much like eating water, if you like to eat water. I say it tastes like water and disappointment. And I had huge vegetative success with transplanting wild strawberry, but it just seems like they are not producing fruit even though they're producing flowers. So I'm gonna have to go out to one of my wild strawberry spots to get the true, real wild strawberry, which is Forager virginiana. And that is a really, really incredible wild food that I think a lot of people maybe think, oh, that Potentilla indica mock strawberry is wild strawberry, and they're like, ah, this isn't that good. The stuff from the grocery store is better. The opposite is true. True wild strawberries are sweet and delicious, and it's like, if here's all the flavor that goes into a grocery store, keep the same amount of flavor and then concentrate it down into a berry that's a lot smaller, and there's your wild strawberry. They're super, super good. Oh, cool. Someone was saying that they liked my poison ivy video in winter. Yeah, I really enjoyed making it. Well, enjoy is maybe a stretch, but I am happy with the findings of the video that I did on poison ivy in the wintertime. And just helping people to identify it. Mason says, you look sweet, delicious, and flavorful. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Mason. These flowers are sweet, delicious, and definitely flavorful. Fishing for Fun says, what does cauliflower mushroom taste like? It tastes like a polypore mushroom. I'm sure I can't give you a better explanation than that. Like, it tastes like hen of the woods, a little bit like chicken of the, well, not quite like chicken of the woods, but it's got a little bit of a chewy texture to it, which I don't always love, but I cooked it, I gave it a nice little crispiness on the outside, and I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good. I've had it one time before, cauliflower mushroom. Sparasis. Foxley Nightmares ask, basically does poison ivy hurt? Yeah, it does. It can be very painful. It itches like crazy. It's very uncomfortable. Like, poison ivy can really mess you up. It really can. And I was reminded of that in my video exploration earlier in the year. I was a bit too careless, I really was. So, yeah. Poison ivy is not one to mess with. Don't do what I did. Please don't. How do you get rid of it? The best thing is like prevention. Like, if you feel like you got into a patch of poison ivy, you want to get it off your skin as soon as possible. Because what happens is components in the oil bind to proteins in your skin, and then your immune system's like, oh, I don't know what this thing is, we need to attack it. And that's why, actually, the more you come into contact with poison ivy, the more you react. It's not the other way around. And the reason is because your body is able to recognize it as an invader faster and mount an attack against it faster. Yeah, Zach says, don't forget to like the stream if you like the messages. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate that. Zach with a K. So, oh, and I should have I forgot it, you guys. In the other room, I have some black locust mead that a friend of mine made. I gave him some of the blossoms and he made mead with it. And it's really, really good. Really quite incredible. One thing that would just be like, this is like a one-day wild food bucket list goal. Here's what we need to do. We need to get honey made from bees that were foraging for black locust. You know, us and bees, like, we're tight, right? We're both foragers. Anyway, honey locust mead. Sorry, honey locust honey. No, I keep messing it up. Black locust honey, and use that to make black locust mead. Black locust honey mead. That would be so good. That would be incredible. So we got to make that happen, everyone. Yeah, Chrissy's asking about poison ivy. Yeah, you don't want to burn poison ivy to get rid of it because the compounds can, I guess, aerosolize in a way. You can inhale them and they can be very damaging, and that can be very dangerous as well. Zach says that they're going to go looking for black locust. Yeah, if you're in, you know, look it up on iNaturalist. If you're in Central and Eastern North America, you have it. Just make sure that you get the timing right. So that's where the calendar comes in right there. Found a pencil in my foraging basket. Always an important tool. Look at all this, guys. We're doing great. Almost done processing these. So let's see. What else do I have? Oh yeah! I haven't told you guys about this yet. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so a friend of mine, I haven't posted this video yet, his name is Spencer, and he has a foraging video account. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel yet, but he should, called Forage North America. And he is in my area generally speaking, right now of Alabama. And he messaged me, he's like, hey, we should go looking for ramps right now because they'll probably be up. And if you're kind of familiar with the range of ramps or wild leek, they are more of a northern species. Like I am just at the very southern end of the range. Let me know if the wind chime's too loud. Anyway, I'm just at the southern end of the range. And so it doesn't grow here like you see in the videos, like Sam's video, where it's carpeting forest floors everywhere. It doesn't grow like that. But we can get it. You know, there are observations on iNaturalist and things like that, that we can get it. And so we went out to this one spot thinking like, you know, there's this one area, it's got a lot of northern facing slopes, which will be a little bit cooler. And so in theory, if they're gonna be out there, they'll probably be around there. And so we go there, we're hiking around for like half an hour. It's a pretty strenuous hike. We're not finding anything. Our eyes keep on getting tricked by Tret lily and dwarf iris, which, you know, they're obviously quite different, but when you're looking from afar, they'll kind of fake you out. Kept going, and then just looked to our right, and there they were. Ramps, a little patch of them. We're like, oh, okay. Exciting. We have ramps here. We found them. Let's see what else is around us. And so we went a little bit further, and way across from that spot, and then way downhill from that spot, basically every direction, we kept finding more and more ramps. So that was incredible. The smell of them is like, I described like a musty garlic, like a musty onion, which was good. No, not musty, musky. And it was good. I liked it. I don't know why, but it was really good. And yeah, so we found a bunch, and that was really exciting. That's my first time like truly finding wild ramps, and I was pumped. I was pumped about it. So we gathered some of those. I feel obliged to tell you that we gathered them sustainably, of course. And we propagated some as well. It looks like they propagate like a dream, like they propagate super easily, which is another pretty incredible thing about them. So if you're a forager, seemingly it's pretty easy to take them to other places. Sorry, I'm absentmindedly just like munching on this black locust while talking to you. Let me finish chewing. Thai trainer, I was definitely ramped. I was ramped up for that one. So yeah, let me know what you you guys let me know what I should do with the ramps. Because I have yet to do anything with them. I think the first thing that I want to do is to make ramp butter. That just sounds really, really good. Tom is asking, where can we find this calendar? Great question, Tom. So if you go to my channel bio, you'll see mobile links. It'll go to my website, mobile links. You can click that, and it'll be the second one, and it's called my interactive foraging calendar. And that is where you can find it and check it out. And you can all check it out for free right now. It'll be pretty cool. What am I going to do with all these blossoms? A couple different things. Some of them I'll eat like this, or put on a salad. I like them raw like that. Some of them I will freeze, and I'll probably use that for syrup or things down the line. Some of them I will saute, and I'll make in like a stir fry. These things work any way you want them. Any way you want them, they work. Like pretty much anywhere that you'd use like green beans or like a bean or a legume or something like that, they'll work. Really, really versatile. John asked, can you adapt scallion recipes for them? Yeah, I bet you could. By the way, has anyone ever had I think they're just called like scallion pancakes, which is not like it's not an American pancake, it's like a savory pancake. I think, where do they come from? I think they come from China or something like that. But they taste amazing. So when my wife and I would make a bunch of sourdough, we would take the discard and we wouldn't throw it away, but we would actually use the discard to make scallion pancakes. So good. They were really, really good. Alrighty, everyone. It looks like we have just about reached the bottom of the Black Locust bucket. So I'll stick around for a little bit longer to answer any last minute questions that you guys might have. And then I'll see you all for the next one. I love doing these little like wild food processing things and getting to hang out with all of you. It's a lot of fun. Oh, my leg's asleep. 12 DHM had a cool question. He asked, what do you think about artificially altering a forest with a higher density of choice edible plants and fungi? I wouldn't use that set of words. I think good things about what you're describing, which I've heard Sam Thayer describe as ecoculture, and I think it's a really good thing. I think we as humans, especially in the modern landscape, have kind of been taught that we can only have a negative impact on nature. So whenever humanity touches nature, it's negative in some way, it's selfish in some way, it's bad in some way. And that's not true at all. You take, a forested landscape or wild landscape or whatever it is, and if you tend to it, you can make it far more productive for not just you, but for all the animals, for all the fungi, for all the insects, for all the bacteria, for everything out there. You can really, raise its level of productivity. So for all of you listening and watching, don't ever let someone make you feel like all that you can do is bad on this earth. That is nothing. Earth Day is coming up. Nothing could be further from the truth. You have the potential to do a tremendous amount of good. And to me, foraging is one of the best ways to, bring you out there in connection, in experience with nature, to where you can it'll start to open your eyes and it'll start to show you different pathways of what you can take to do that and achieve that. And I think a lot of us are trying to find those answers from the computer or from inside. And I just don't think that we're going to get them that way. I think we need to be getting outside and really engaging and observing the ecology around us more. I think that's really important. It's a great question. Thank you. Zach says that this has easily become his favorite YouTube channel and he really appreciates the information. Well, I appreciate you and all of you watching, Zach. That really means a lot. Sometimes you can kind of feel like you're just like yelling into an echo chamber, but for me as a creator, it's really helpful and it's really encouraging getting to hear kind words like that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and another thing is, and I might make a video about this as well, there's kind of a concept of like, oops, sorry. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys there for a second, but there's a concept that there's like, nature and animals and everything, and humans are up here, that we're separate from it. And I know it can feel that way in the modern world, but we're not. We're not separate from it. We have a genus and a species. We're Homo sapien, just like every other animal, just like every other organism on the planet. So I think the more that we kind of recognize that we are a part of this, just like the deer and the squirrels and the birds are animals, engaging with the wild. We humans are animals engaging with the wild too, just like everything else. And yeah, imagine a documentary of like, what do humans eat? What do humans go for and look for when they're out in the wild? I want to live that documentary in a way. Let me know if you guys feel that way too. It felt kind of strange to say, but I stand by it. I think there's something there. Watch a wild human prepare some black locust flowers. He has to get them just right. Humans have food cleaning rituals that they always engage in. Yeah, and this is something that Sam just talked about in his video as well. Again, everyone go watch his video, it's so good. But especially where there are sugar bushes, so where they have a bunch of sugar maple trees for getting maple syrup, it's just like a perfect environment and landscape to introduce and add another layer of food to that environment, which is ramps. So I think it's really cool. All right, I'm just eating black locust at this point. I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna be freezing some of this stuff now and then setting some aside to saute tonight. I'm really looking forward to that. So, yeah. Alrighty, everyone, like the stream or the live stream or the video. If you enjoyed it, I appreciate all of you so much. I can't wait to see you in my next video or my next live or whatever it is. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you next time.